Greetings YouTube, time for another bargain video. So what do we have over here in books? We have a Charlie Brown Christmas, The Making of a Tradition, which is a book I picked up for my wife at a thrift shop. Gong He Fat Chow, which is a form of divination using playing cards apparently, and I picked this up as inspiration for RPGs. Tassamara Cooking, which I picked up for my wife, partly because it looked interesting, partly because it had a handwritten recipe inside, and that kind of thing makes me smile. Hell in a Handbasket by Tom Tomorrow, political cartoons. I'll read it and pass it on. We have the first 3 issues of The Man of Steel, drawn by John Burns. Now, I really loved Burns' work, and I got rid of these originally, but I only paid $2 for the first 3 issues, and I'm going to read them, and I'll reread them because I've read these. I read them when they were new, back when they cost 75 cents, because essentially it's a rebooting of Superman, and I loved his art style. But the coolest one is just that image of him and Batman. I loved Burns' art. I have no idea if Burns is still alive or what he's doing nowadays. Anybody could tell me. That'd be cool. Then we have DVDs. We have, I guess it's episode or collection 5, which is Spotlight Collection 30 Classic Cartoon, which have been remastered, so I'm hoping it's the original content. That would be cool. We have Driving Miss Daisy, which I got because it has commentary, and it's a good movie. The Lego Movie, our own copy, we watched a borrowed copy. This is the special edition, and it has some kind of commentary built into it. And I paid $10 for it, but it was on sale. And since it's a relatively new movie, I still consider that a deal. This is MASH. I paid $5 for this new. That's a pretty good deal. And we have Easy A, a film I actually haven't seen, but I've heard good stuff about it. And we have Nicktoons Halloween, which I actually picked up for a coworker of mine. Thelma and Louise, which has commentary. A special Sesame Street Christmas. I saw this with a picture of Michael Jackson looking like Michael Jackson did oh so many years ago. It's got Anne Marie in it, and Oscar the Grouch plays essentially the Ebenezer Scrooge role, and I'm like, I gotta see this. And we have Enchanted by Walt Disney, which I've never seen. I've heard good things about it. We also have a copy of The Bee Movie, which I've never seen. And we have something called Telltale, which is a set of round cards, which were never opened. I paid $1 at a thrift shop. And they're designed to help people create stories. And I bought this as a role-playing aid. And I just got cards in there. And directions. And then we have a couple pieces of clothing here. We have an Eddie Bauer hoodie, because my wife is addicted to hoodies. This is just a cotton hoodie. Then we have a fleece Jester's hat, which I purchased for myself. So I thought it was kind of goofy, and I believe it's handmade. There's no tag in it, and the way it was stitched, I believe it was actually, oops, it was actually handmade. So that's kind of cool. I'll wash both of those before I use them. Buying stuff at thrift shops comes with a little bit of risk. But that's the first section. The next section is going to be figures and toys, I think, and tools, I think. And here we are at my the second half of the video. We have some Ben and 10 figures, which I got for that guy in the armor and this insectoid creature. I only paid $3 for the set. And he's a fat guy with a hat. Slap a beard on him, I guess, pretend it's me, though I'm not that heavy anymore. But I thought that was kind of cool. I liked the figures. I'm not really all that familiar with Ben 10. I've had some of his figures in the past, and it was pretty cool designs. The design people did a really nice job. Here we have a Hydra from the Terra line, and this came out of Target. And I got this for sale for $3.50, and it's a pretty nice figure. And it's got 5 heads, and it's a really good scale for 25 millimeter miniatures, and much less expensive than a comparable sized figure that's officially for D&D. Or a Heroes Click style figure, yeah, this is a whole lot less money. I don't know if that's going to be throughout all Targets that have these kind of sales, but there were a couple of figures in this line, and even at full price, it was only $7. So That's a pretty good deal. They had a number of different fantasy figures. That I thought was the coolest one. Here we have a wooden box. Now, if people who remember the kit I put together for my nephews, the Possible box, the Infinite Gaming box, I think it was made by the same people because it's almost identical clasp, and it has a very similar design. It's in nice shape. I picked this up at a thrift shop, and I think I may put some dice in here, just as like to hold some of my dice collection, because it's a pretty box. And the handle actually does work. And it has a nice, the clasp is nice and tight, and it lifts up nicely. It is missing a pad on the bottom, but I can get another pad. It's not a big issue. Then we have a couple of flashlights. This one I picked up at a thrift store. This has like a removable whistle in here. It has supposed to have, I guess, a flashing light and then an actual LED light. And I haven't tried it yet. It was $1. I'm going to see if it works. Now we have a Dorsey light, and Dorsey can make some interesting things. And this one was on sale. It was normally no, it was less than that. Yeah, it was $2.99, I think. Yeah, and I paid $2.39 for it because it was 20% off. It comes with batteries, and it's supposed to be watertight and floating. So I'm going to test that and see how that goes. But Dorsey can make some interesting stuff, and I really appreciate that it's a high contrast color. I am so tired of Tacticool flashlights. I mean, I buy some of them because the features are really cool, but I'm tired of flashlights that you drop them and you can't see them in the dark. That's when you need a flashlight, when light conditions are dim. They should be high contrast. Then we have a box which is playing cards, poker chips, and some dice. And I bought this for the divination book I had purchased, and it's missing a card. Some weasel opened it up and stole one of the cards. So I'm hoping it's not a card I need. I think I need the main suit. Like all the, the Jacks, Queen, King, things like that, and they're all present. I don't think I need the 6 of spade, which is missing. We'll find out. But that was $1 for the whole thing. So, and you can use poker chips as gaming pieces as well. Next, we have a cutoff wheel for an angle grinder. Then we have 2 pieces of wood here. This is from Western Australia, and it is mala root, and it's just very, very cool looking. And I figure I can use it as a stand for something, which just had great texture and just aesthetic appeal. I really like that. Then we have a balsa wood mask whose price tag I forgot to take off. It was $5. And I bought this because I've been thinking of doing maybe an evil jester Halloween costume. So I want to have a stick, the jester stick, and I thought that this would make a good jester stick top when I would do a paint theme on it, probably vaguely inspired by Heath Ledger's Joker, with a little bit of devil thrown in there because you got those little swirly things at the top, which we could probably pass off as horns with a little work. But it was $5 at a thrift shop, and it's in pretty good shape. And because it's light, it would fit onto a stick and be usable on that stick without a problem. A stick. Maybe I'll weaponize the stick. That's an idea. So, there you go. The flashlights and the figures will all show up in videos eventually. I hope you've enjoyed this bargain video.